Hello peoples, how are we? This is just a quick review. I was hoping to do this down by the lake bankside, to be honest, but things happened, couldn't get to the lake today, couldn't get fishing, so I just thought I'd do a quick show and tell again, or a quick review of another little bit of equipment I've bought. I keep buying things, I'm going to be broke by the time this next year comes along, and that is the Preston Innovation Supra Eva bait system. Right? It's just, at the end of the day, it's an EVA bag system, right? Clear lid, everything like that. And inside it are little bait trays, if you will. It's all Ziploc, nice strong zip on top, with a clear plastic lid so you can see clearly where everything is, right? And inside, as you can see, I've had this all set up because I was going to go today. And this is what it is great for. It means you can prep your bait the day before, put it in your bait system, and just bring what you're going to need for that session. Because I was only going for a short day session. I had got some little bit leftover ground bait, so I put that into one tub. I was going to mix up a bit more when I was there, in fairness. But that's your first tub, is that little EVA long tub like that. As you can see, you've got a little bit of ground bait in there, and it's perfect for that sort of thing. If you just want to make up enough for the start of your session, especially this in the winter months, because you're not going to use a lot of ground bait in the winter months. In fairness, I'm using less and less. So you get your one long tub for your ground bait, and then you've got 3 of them, right? And they're all, I'm going to say probably a little under a pint maybe. And in that one I've got my mixed hard pellets, which is different sizes, different types. Then I've got my sticky manila hard pellets in that one, for banding on for either the method feeder or the float. And then in this one I had ready some method ready pellets that are wet, but you don't have to use them on method, of course. These are just wet micros at the end of the day. Great for just drawing fish into the swim and for potting in, or even just loose feeding in, just to keep the fish going. Because this time of year what I tend to do is I go down, have maybe 1 or 2 good balls of ground bait with a few bits of what I'm using on the hook bait put in there, get to my peg, know where I'm going to fish it, put in 2, maybe 3 balls, depending what I'm going for, if it's bream, carp, vary what I'm feeding, and then I'll leave it for 5-10 minutes. But what I'll do is I'll do 2 lines like that. So I'll have my main line in front of me, 1 line maybe to the right or to the left on a margin shelf, and maybe another line either halfway in or a bit further out, one way or another. So I'll put those in and I'll leave it. I'll set up my float rod, I'll get myself organised and geared up, and then I'll start fishing. And from then on, any time I feel like there's an interest, that's when I'll be putting in my micros. Maybe a few little loose feed of what I'm using on the hook, some hard pellets, or if it's maggot, corn, whatever. But I'll tend to just shy off the ground bait from there on. The only time I'll put ground bait in again is if the swim goes completely dead and I'll think maybe I can kickstart it off again. Put in another couple of balls, leave it for 10 minutes, fish a different swim or peg or whatever, and then back to it. And it seems to work. It's been working well for me this year so far anyway. So yeah, you get your 3 tubs anyway, like that, and your long tub, and then you've got your EVA tub. Now you could use that as one big tub if you wanted. Take those tubs out of it, have them to one side of you, use that, make it into ground bait, make it as a spod mix, make whatever you want in there. Still an EVA tray at the end of the day, and with the lid on it like that. If it does start raining or anything like this and you have it outside, you just zip it up, all stays watertight, you know, nothing's getting in there, and it'll be fine. And what I like about it is it fits into your carry-all fairly well. If not, set it on top. What I tend to do is I put mine on top of my carry-all, so when I grab the handles it's over the top, but you can just put a kid up by its handle anyway. And the handles are fairly solid. The only thing is, because it's this plastic EVA stuff, which is great for cleaning, so easy to wash at the end of your session, simple. These handles, as you can see, they're like, heat treated on, if you will. They're not stitched or anything like that. They're melted onto each other. If you had too much weight in there, I have a feeling you're going to rip them off. And it's the same with a lot of them. A lot of them are like that. But it's not failed yet. I've had this for a month or so now. Been using it regular. And the way I sit on my box and everything, I normally have my side tray to the left, and what I was doing was putting 2 or 3 bait tubs and then a big box with my ground bait and everything in there to the left, so everything was at hand. Well, now, because I got this, I have it organised better. The box to my right has got lots of different baits in it, like all my little tubs of pellets and things like that. And then this just sits on the side of the tray where all my bait tubs used to be, with all of the other trays in it, all these other tubs. And if I wanted to, I wouldn't take so much pellet. I'd, you know, maybe have one as a pellet, maybe have one with corn in. When I went the other day, I don't know if you saw the previous video when I was down by the lakeside there, I had one with prawn, I had one with castor and maggot, and I had my ground bait one, and then one was empty. It actually had my phone in it, so it's a good way of keeping my phone dry in case it started raining. But everything sits in there nice and neat and compact, like that. Put the zip up, and you can see everything is in there, nice and neat. It might, if you give it a lot of vigorous moving around, things might go from one tub into another. But when you're carrying it, it's going to be like that most of the time, so it's not going to be sort of flapping about and frapping around and everything getting mixed up. So it's going to be fairly okay. But they never seem to show these things on the internet or on YouTube or that, because they're just simple little bits of kit. I thought I'd just do a quick show and tell of it to show people what they look like. A lot of them are similar. Map do one, Westlake do one, Guru do one, this is the Preston's one, Leader do them, loads of different makes, and it depends how much you spend on what you get. I am amazed at how dear they are considering what they are. I mean, this one's 30 odd quid for this, and most of them are normally between the £29 and £50 range depending which one you get. But worth it if you want to just be a little bit more organised, maybe do a bit of bait prepping before you go. Like I say, you could make up your liquidised bread for your ground bait and that, have that in one of your tubs ready to go for the morning. That's all it's about, self preparation, and then when you get to the lake, everything is handy and at hand. It's not a case of rummaging around your carry-alls and your plastic bags going, where the heck have I put that tin of corn, or where have I put my maggots, or anything like that. It's all straight at hand and easy to use. So yeah, a quick, simple review of the Preston's Supra Eva bait station. I hope it was a little bit of info for you. Good luck and tight lines, and see you on the bank.